Hi, my name is Brian Cook, and this is A Closer Look. I am the Executive Director of Revels North. Revels North is a nonprofit organization based in the Upper Valley that for over 40 years has brought tradition to life throughout this community by celebrating traditional music, dance, song, theater, and bringing people together. And I'm here with the Artistic Director of Revels North. This is Nils Fredland.
Hello, Brian.
And we are here to tell you a little bit more about Revels North and about the programs that happen throughout the year. And I want to go ahead and start and talk to Nils about Revels North's newest program, and that's called Spring Singers, which is a program that we just finished up a few weeks ago. And a lot of people don't know about Spring Singers. Revels North is known mostly in this area for Christmas revels, known by others for summer revels, but we actually have year-round programming, and Spring Singers is the newest. And Nils, yeah, tell me a little bit about Spring Singers and the idea behind it and how you felt about it.
So I think before I talk about Spring Singers directly, I want to say that the general theme of all of our programs is creating opportunities for a multi-generational artistic experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's really clear when you're watching something like the Christmas Revels or Summer Revels. You see the children's chorus interacting with the adults and the teens on stage. And the goal with the Spring Singers program was to create another opportunity for a wide range of ages to come together around a common purpose, around a common experience of singing songs together.
And I really like that about Revels. I mean, I think that's one thing that got me excited about Revels North in the first place was that I'm a father. I have two kids.
Mm-hmm.
You have a couple kids, and as you know, most opportunities for kids, and there are plenty around here, have them with other kids. And it feels like Revels North is unique in that it does create an opportunity for kids to do something together with their parents, or do something together with grandparents, or seniors that they've never met before. And
right.
It's just a nice way for different generations to get to know each other and connect.
It's always a really exciting experience to watch that cross-generational community develop in any of our programs. Mm-hmm. And I was particularly pleased with the Spring Singers program. You know, with some of our other programs, the children often do have their own identity, their own sort of separate repertoire, mm-hmm. and then they join together with the adults and teens to sing, you know, a smaller portion of the material that the adults and teens then sing on their own. So mm-hmm. everybody has their own sort of identity with respect to the material that they're presenting. But the goal with the Spring Singers program was to really put together a slate of choral material that would allow everyone to participate in every song in some way. And it was challenging, but I think ultimately really, really successful. It was great to
Absolutely.
watch.
I actually, I took part in that program as a participant. I just started at Revels, and here was this new program, and here was this new executive director, and I said, well, shoot, let's see how this works. And it really did strike me. As you know, I like to sing, and feel like I'm a competent singer, but getting in there, I mean, it was hard. It was clearly like this was deep end material, very sophisticated stuff. And I was really challenged by it, and I was so impressed that the opportunity was there for anybody. It wasn't an auditioned one. It was any adult, any child who wanted to be part of this could do it, but it wasn't like the material was watered down. And it really seems like everybody rose to the occasion. The new singers, the experienced singers, and we all worked together to put something together that I was really proud of, proud to be part of.
Yeah, well, as a director, that's a really gratifying thing to hear. And yeah, that was definitely my experience over the course of the rehearsal season. Certainly wondering at times whether we had bitten off a bit more than we could chew, and being pleasantly rewarded with a result that indicated very clearly that we hit the mark exactly.
Absolutely.
It was a really satisfying, very satisfying program. You know, we've been throwing around the seasons here already in our conversation. Spring, winter, summer. With all of the major programs that exist in the Revels North model, the seasons are nearby. We're always celebrating the turning of the seasons with song or story, ritual dance. You know, in some fashion, it's a really important part of what we do.
Absolutely. And before we wrap up Spring Singers, I just want to say that if you are interested in singing and ever want to try a Revels North program, Spring Singers might be a great way to start. Again, like I mentioned, no audition. Whether you're an experienced singer or somebody who's really hasn't sung publicly since elementary school, it's a nice experience, and it ends with in this case, this year was 2 great shows. We had a nice show at Newbury Market here in White River Junction, really filled that room, and then we had another show in New London, and it was a really nice moment. And so if you're interested in getting involved, I think that Spring Singers is a really nice way to test Revels North out. So anyway, you mentioned the seasons, and so maybe we'll just go season by season. Although we're gonna take a quick stop here. We have an event coming up in May at the Post Mills Airport in Post Mills, Vermont. And I've actually never seen it before, and I'm looking forward to it. It's one of our big fundraising events, which is actually part of a larger event, the balloon show in Post Mills. Can you talk a little bit about that event and what Revels brings to the table?
Sure. So the Experimental Balloon Festival at the Post Mills Airport in Post Mills, Vermont is not to be missed. It is an unbelievable event. Imagine a beautiful spring day like we've had the last couple of days. May they continue. Under just balloon-filled skies. And if you imagine the traditional image of a hot air balloon and a beautiful spring day, sky full of those hot air balloons, and then throw in the occasional propeller-driven balloon, a balloon shaped like a fish, and any number of other creative interpretations of hot air balloons. That's really what you're gonna get.
Okay.
It is remarkable, and definitely an event not to be missed.
And so it's this year it's going to be May 19th and 20th,
Yep.
The Saturday and the Sunday at Post
Correct,
Mills
yep.
Airport. And you've obviously been there before. Hundreds of people show up. I mean, big turnout for this?
At 5 o'clock in the morning, not hundreds of people. At 5 o'clock in the morning, it's Revels North volunteers getting set up for the pancake breakfast, and all of the balloonists that are there waking up and getting their coffee from us.
Okay. Maybe I should rephrase that question. No, it's more like tens. All right.
It is a gradually growing crowd over the course of the morning.
Oh, got it. All right.
So once we're all set up and ready to dole out our pancakes and coffee and bacon and muffins and any number of other goodies, the crowds really start to roll in.
Okay, good.
And it's a really sweet event. Revels sells breakfast, and the balloons go up.
Yeah.
We typically have a nice tent that people can sit under, and once their bellies are full and they're ready to take in the sights, the airport is a really lovely place to wander around. Just amazing blue skies and amazing colorful balloons. One of the other things that Revels does as part of our offering at the Balloon Festival is we offer a number of artistic happenings. In this particular, for this particular Balloon Festival, we're actually doing an open rehearsal of our Summer Revels chorus, and I know that we'll be talking a little bit more about Summer Revels, but this is an opportunity for anyone that is at the breakfast that wants to try singing with Revels North. It's a perfect opportunity to do it. The rehearsal is called an open rehearsal for good reason.
Great.
Really, anyone is welcome to come and just listen a bit and sing along and see if singing with Revels is something they want to do more of.
Okay.
So that happens on Saturday morning. There will likely be a mummers play. Mumming is an ancient form of street theater, amateur street theater. We love our mumming in Revels. So we might be welcoming the 6th grade from the Upper Valley Waldorf School,
Great.
who've just learned a mummers play for their class play, so they may be coming to join us. We're also going to be doing a ukulele jam session. I'm a ukulele enthusiast myself, so if you are a ukulele player, 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, May 19th in Post Mills. Be a good time to come join us. There'll be some Morris dancing, which is an English form, another ancient English form of ritual dance with hankies and bells.
Okay. Yeah. People who know Revels know the Morris dance.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
If you don't know it, just come check it out.
Yes, it's quite remarkable. Anyway, it's a great event, really, really fun, and a lot of opportunity to, get to know folks, socialize, and experience a little bit about what Revels does.
Great.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you'd like to learn more about it, you can go to our website, revelsnorth.org, or we're on Facebook, facebook.com/revelsnorth, I think. So, and again, the dates are May 19th and 20th.
Yep.
Let's hope for good weather. And
we start serving breakfast at 5 a.m.
Absolutely, and it is one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. As we mentioned early, we are a nonprofit organization, and this just helps make our programs go. So, hope you can join us. So this June, Revels North will once again bring Summer Revels to the community, and this time we're going to do it a little bit differently for a couple reasons. And Nils, why don't you talk a little bit first about the what Summer Revels is and what is going to be a little bit different about it this year?
So Summer Revels is, I like to think about it as a party on the Norwich Green. It's an outdoor event that has a festival kind of atmosphere, the centerpiece of which is a performance that features a lot of music, choral music, another multi-generational choral experience, centered around a particular theme. Last year's Summer Revels was seaside. This year we're doing an American a trip across America, like a family vacation kind of kind of storyline. So some iconic American images like Statue of Liberty, familiar songs, some of which you know, and many of which you're going to know, even if you don't think you do. So lots of opportunities for audience and performers to come together and sing together. That's another big component of a lot of the Revels programs, is opportunities for audience participation.
Great.
That goes beyond just sitting and listening to the show, which is its own form of participation. But audience will find themselves singing along.
And this is another non-auditioned.
Yes, the Summer Revels.
Open to anyone in the Upper Valley, Ages
6 on the low side to really no limit on the high side. We've had kids younger than 6 in the children's chorus in the past, and that's worked out fine.
Great.
Certainly open to conversation about that.
So it's really another opportunity for families to do things together.
Absolutely.
Young kids, teenagers, adults, seniors, just a really nice time to create that multi-generational performance and gathering. And this year, the performance is going to be on the Norwich Green as usual, but we're also going to be part of a larger event on the Norwich Green that is called Art in the Park, that is sponsored by the Hanover Chamber of Commerce and the Norwich Business Council. And so the weekend of June 23rd and 24th, Art in the Park will be happening all day Saturday, all day Sunday. And then Sunday night, the 24th, we will have Summer Revels in the evening following the end of Art in the Park. So it's going to be a big weekend in Norwich. It's also, I think, the Norwich Historical Society's Home and Garden Show, which is always something that people in Norwich look forward to. And so, yeah, a lot is happening, and we're really excited about the partnership here with the Chamber and Art in the Park. And so I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see how our organizations can work together and what this means for the community.
And speaking of partnerships, actually, one of the other ways that we're expanding and changing the identity of Summer Revels a bit this year is that we're also partnering with artistry.
Right.
So we're having a second Summer Revels performance on Saturday prior to our performance on the Norwich Green out in Pomfret on the beautiful grounds at Artistry.
That place is amazing.
Yeah, and it's been really fun to collaborate with them and imagine how that event is going to look. So it feels fresh, new. Everything is feeling really good.
And each event is free by donation. So if you, regardless of your income, you can show up and you can be part of the experience. So, yeah, we will have on Saturday, June 23rd at Artistry in Pomfret, Sunday, June 24th on the Norwich Green. Each starting around 6:30, around there.
Right. I think the green. The spaces will open around 5 on each night, and the performance itself will start 6:30, 7.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. A little bit of a soft start. And then we always close with a nice little bonfire that everyone, performers, audience alike, gathers around and experiences one of our many traditions of Revels, which is a very simple song and dance.
Great. And then the rehearsals are Monday nights in Norwich, and again, open, no audition. If somebody wanted to register, how would they do that?
www.revelsnorth.org/summer-revels. One other thing that I did want to say is we are committed to no barrier programming. We do have participation fees associated with our choruses, but if that is a block to anyone's participation, we're committed to working with whoever wants to.
Absolutely.
Be part of our.
I mean, we're about bringing communities together, and that includes communities across the economic spectrum. So if you want to be part of Revels, please do join us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in addition to our signature big events that are the seasonal ones, Spring Singers, Summer Revels, the Pancake Breakfast at the Balloon Festival, and Christmas Revels, we also have programming throughout the year. We don't just limit ourselves to the changing of the seasons. And one example is something called the Pub Sing. And we just had one, I think last week or a couple of weeks ago at Skinny Pancake in Hanover. And Nils, why don't you just tell us what the Pub Sing is about? What happens at a Pub Sing?
People get together and sing.
Okay.
That's another one of our opportunities, really, for anyone to come. The Skinny Pancake is a great venue for us. Terrific food, a really pleasant kind of atmosphere. What happened this last sing that we had at the Skinny Pancake was we we pushed 5 or 6 tables together, and sat around. I always bring songbooks and song sheets with a wide range of sea shanties, songs about beer. There are a lot of good songs about beer. And then some more familiar modern tunes. We've sung some Beatles. We sang some Johnny Cash last time. It was great. Really, it's just an opportunity for people to come together in a social environment with singing attached. And the last one had a really good feel to it.
Yeah. So I went to one in February, and what struck me is that while there was a core group of people that really knew each other, it was at the same time very welcoming to people who were unfamiliar to Revels North. So I think this fellow from Royalton showed up, and he was immediately offering songs and leading a couple songs, and was really warmly welcomed. And people sang along with the songs that he brought, whether or not they knew them. And he stayed in touch with us since then. It was a really nice way for us to expand our community.
Right. That's one of the great things about the format of the pub sing, is that everybody has the opportunity to contribute and participate. By offering songs that are familiar to them that maybe aren't familiar to the rest of the group. So there's a little bit of teaching that can happen at a pub sing, but really the goal with the pub sing is just to have songs that are easy to pick up just by listening. I feel like we hit that mark really well. Every time we have a pub sing, it's a program that requires one of the two of us to show up a little bit early with all of the necessary material. But I find myself, as soon as I sit down at that table and folks start to gather, just relaxing and having the opportunity just to get together with friends and sing fun songs.
And it's pretty amazing how the harmonies just emerge organically. It's without rehearsal. Suddenly we're creating this lovely or very fun, or both, bit of music just out of thin air, and it's a nice moment. And so anyway, we will continue to do pub sings throughout the year. I think we try to do them every 2 months or so.
Yeah, I think we've landed at 6 this year. I think, which is it's a good number.
So we're still figuring out the calendar. We hope to have the next one in July. If you would like to follow us on Facebook or sign up for our newsletter, which you can do through our website, revelsnorth.org, we'll let you know when the next pub sing is. The last couple, like I said, have been at Skinny Pancake, and we really appreciate their support for hosting us. And thank you, Skinny Pancake. So another example of year-round programming that Revels North offers is called the Band of Fools, which is my favorite name for any of our programs.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That's great. So the Band of Fools is another opportunity for, it's a come as you are kind of program. It's an instrumental ensemble that would imply that you need to play an instrument to join. I would argue that you don't necessarily need to play an instrument to join. Really, the goal is to see who walks in the door, put something in their hands, and create some instrumental music. Now we always have some melody players, fiddlers, or recorder players, whistle players. The last Band of Fools session, we had someone playing the English concertina.
Right.
If the concertina is an unfamiliar instrument to you, it's a squeeze box like an accordion with a higher kind of reedier sound and no piano keyboard. I'm waiting for the day when we have a tuba player walk in the door for Band of Fools. I would receive that person enthusiastically. Really, the whole point and premise of the Band of Fools is that We don't need written music. We don't even need to know who we're going to get. Whoever walks in the door, we're gonna create music together. And it's been really fun.
The one that I went to, there were a few chord charts that were available. Some pretty simple chords. I
Yep.
play guitar,
Right.
And like the D, A, G.
Yeah, right.
Pretty simple. So even a beginning guitar player
Yep.
could hang in there and get this. But it sounds like even sometimes you are able to do this without sheet music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
So a lot of it is aiming to teach things by ear.
Okay.
One of the other commitments, I co-lead the Band of Fools with Pat McPherson, who's a great fiddler and music educator. She and I like to teach things and learn things by ear, so we'll always start there, not knowing session to session what range of ability we're actually going to have.
Yeah.
We're also committed to making sure that people like you, who do have a little bit more of a repertoire of chords from which to draw than a more beginning guitar player, will actually have some chord charts to work from.
The one that I went to, I think there were about 10 or 12 people who showed up.
Yep.
Many not having met before. They were able to participate for free.
Yep.
And then I think we played for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Something like that.
About that.
And then what happens after that? This is where I think it really gets fun.
Yeah. So we after we have our Band of Fools. Sometimes we call it a jam session, sometimes we call it a workshop. It's a little bit of a mix of both. We like to try and keep it moving, but there is a goal of developing a repertoire that will allow us to move into the big hall at Tracy Hall and play for a community dance.
Okay, so the community dance, I mean, this sounds pretty impressive because we've first taken some musicians, you didn't know who was going to show up, you didn't know what you were going to play necessarily, and then a couple hours later, everybody is playing a dance, and I was part of it, and we did. It was great.
Right, right.
Yeah. And the dancers who showed up, it was promoted. So they're almost promoted as two separate events,
Right.
but they're truly interconnected in this way.
Absolutely.
And so people who are just interested in showing up for the dance, they arrive. I think they showed up at 6:30, and then tell me about the dance and how that went.
Right. The community dances are another opportunity for people to come together and socialize with dancing attached. In addition to my other more musical roles with Revels North, I'm also a dance caller. And so I lead the community dances by choosing dance repertoire that draws from certainly American traditional dance like square dancing, big circle dances, dances from the Appalachian region, but also casts a wider net culturally. So we'll do dances from, we've got some Danish folk dances that we do that are really, really easy and fun to do, easy to teach. I'm often out on the floor with the dancers, sometimes holding a microphone, sometimes just using my loud voice. Really, the goal with the dances is making sure that everyone that wants to be out on the dance floor feels like they can be there and do the dance without having to think about it. That's always my goal. I don't want people to think when they're in a community dance. Their job is just to move. It's my job to think.
And again, these dances are nice ways for a range of ages to get together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Families show up.
Yep.
And kids will be like dancing face to face with a senior that they've never met before. So again, it's a nice way for different generations to connect.
Absolutely.
And like we were saying from the beginning, the musicians also are maybe unfamiliar to the dancers, and so they just have this moment together.
Right. And, I think one of the really neat things about the Band of Fools community dance model, as you observed before, they are two kind of separate programs that have this moment of convergence. Any community dance that has live music is a really it's a really exciting thing. I mean, how often do you go dance to a live band of members of your own community?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's I think it's a unique thing that we offer opportunities to participate really across the board. And if you decide that you're playing in the band and you'd rather be out on the dance floor, there is nobody stopping you. So, yeah.
Well, we have a Band of Fools and community dance combo actually at the Balloon Festival coming up. That'll be on Sunday, the Sunday, May 20th, day 2 of the Balloon Festival.
Yeah, right around 10 o'clock, I think we'll probably do that.
And then I think we'll have another one at the end of August at the Pavilion in East Thetford.
Yes, which is a beautiful space on Pavilion Road there, just down from Cedar Circle Farm.
And then most of the rest of them happen at Tracy Hall in Norwich.
Yep.
So yeah, if you want to, again, follow us on Facebook, keep an eye on our website, join our newsletter. You can stay posted on when the Band of Fools and the community dance happen. So even though it is the middle of spring and there's still a little bit of snow on the ground, we are already deep into preparations for our signature event, Christmas Revels. And Nils, can you talk about a couple things? One, the auditions.
Okay.
And letting people know how they could get involved if they want to audition. And two, what the story is this year, what our theme will be.
So the Christmas Revels, like you just mentioned, is kind of our flagship program. We've been doing the Christmas Revels in Hanover for over 40 years.
Yep.
It is another multi-generational choral and theater experience. Unlike our other programs, this is an auditioned chorus. So every year around this time, we have a weekend of auditions. This year, the auditions are May 11th, which is a Friday, in the evening. So starting at 4:30, we have blocks of auditions, 4:30 to 8, and then Saturday, May 12th, and that's a full day, 10 to 6. You can register to audition for the Christmas Revels at www.revelsnorth.org/Christmas-Revels. And it'll walk you through the whole process from there. We are a little bit more strict with the age requirements on the younger side. So age 7 is the youngest in the children's chorus, and again, through no limit on the upper side.
For Christmas Revels, we're auditioning for singers, but also actors, dancers, people who've never been involved with Revels before are very much welcome to. I mean, again, this is about making this opportunity available to as broad a community as possible, right?
Right. I'm always really excited when I see someone signing up for auditions that tells me that they've been in the audience.
Oh, nice.
And
okay.
they see their family and friends up on stage, and they have that thought. Hey, I want to do that. Because really, it's an opportunity that we want to make available to as many people as we can. The cast is always really growing. You see some of the same faces on stage, but every year there are always new new people that are participating in the experience.
Absolutely.
And it starts with auditions. I know that the word audition can strike fear into the hearts of many.
Yes.
I've been in that position, certainly. But our format for auditions, we really try and keep fun,
Great.
light. It is an audition, so we have to limit our cast size. The Spalding Auditorium stage on the Dartmouth campus there is big, but it's not so big that we can take everyone.
Yep.
But we really do try to keep the auditions an experience that is challenging, unpredictable, but ultimately fun. A lot of laughter that happens.
Well, I know that my introduction to Revels was actually through being a member of the children's chorus at a show in the 1980s, as you know. But where I really got truly excited about Revels was as a parent watching my own kids. I have 2 kids, and both have been through Revels. And for me, I feel like it really sparked what seems to now be a lifelong interest, if not passion, for performance. They both now look for acting and singing opportunities wherever they can. I feel like Revels was maybe the start of that. Maybe it was for me as well. And so this year's theme is going to be Venetian.
That's true.
And you want to talk a little bit about that and why you're excited about this one, why you think this is going to be a fun show.
I'm always excited for the Christmas Revels.
Yeah.
So as you know, every year the Christmas Revels focuses in on a particular culture and celebrates the solstice, the season, looking at the traditions of through the lens of that particular culture. Really offers the opportunity for me as a director to kind of take a deep dive and learn some music and stories, dances of a part of the world that I perhaps didn't have any prior connection to. Last year we did a show that was focused on the traditions from the 5 Nordic countries. I have Swedish heritage, so that was an opportunity to learn a bit more about my own heritage. And that was beautiful and satisfying. This year, we, as you mentioned, are headed to Venice, and there are so many things about this particular show that I'm really excited about. The music from that period, we're talking about 16th and 17th century. Some of the early music, Palestrina, Monteverdi. If you're a fan of that kind of thing,
you don't even need to be. You will be after you see the show.
That's right. So the music itself is enough of a draw from my perspective. Just an incredibly rich repertoire, and very different than what we did last year, which I think is one of the most exciting things on a year-to-year basis. Is it is so dramatically different.
Yeah. As different as the cultures that you're focusing on.
Absolutely.
And I saw a video of the so there are 9 Revels organizations throughout the country, and the main organization is based in Cambridge, and they put on a Venetian show last year that this one will borrow from quite a bit. I think they will use the same script, and the video that I saw, I mean, it was just colorful and funny and exciting, and I can see how it's going to be a good time at the Hopkins Center this year.
Absolutely. A Venetian party.
A Venetian party, excellent. Right. So the dates for the Hopkins Center performance of A Christmas Revels will be December 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. And if you want to stay tuned, keep an eye on our website, keep an eye on our Facebook page, and we'll let you know. I think the tickets will probably become available for sale in August. They have a pre-buy first for people who want the best seats, and then after that. So keep an eye on Facebook and our website, and we'll let you know when the tickets are on sale. It's going to be a great show.